The toast of the town, or rather the state of Kerala this week, is Raj Subramaniam, President and CEO-elect of global transportation services and e-commerce giant FedEx. That's a chest-thumping moment for every Mallu. But life is so vastly different for a non-resident Mallu compared to a resident Mallu. Almost reminds one of the tale of the town mouse and the country mouse. But first, a little bit about 54-year-old Raj Subramaniam and his company FedEx. Raj is the son of a former Kerala State Police Chief and a former State Health Department Additional Director. His family hails from Palakkad district in Kerala, and he did his schooling in Thiruvananthapuram. Memphis, Tennessee-based FedEx Corporation is an unmistakable leader in the transportation sector. Founded in 1971 by Frederick W. Smith, operates out of some 1,950 centers, has 850,000 staff, and a fleet of some 700 aircraft, which makes it one of the largest airlines in the world in terms of fleet size and cargo operations. Raj has been with FedEx since 1991, a good 31 years, starting as junior analyst right up to being CEO now. There can't be a bigger contrast than between FedEx and Kerala. FedEx's USP is speed. In contrast, Kerala's banner and coat of arms is slowness and inactivity. As one of its old ad lines says, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight, you think of FedEx. In contrast, when after 2 years of shutdowns, when trade unions decide that they absolutely positively need to shut down the state for 2 more days, you think of Kerala. This week, when Raj Subramaniam was elevated as President and CEO of FedEx, FedEx aircraft were crisscrossing continents to deliver packets as early as possible, while in his home state Kerala, trade unions were imposing 2 more days of inactivity, delays and revenue loss. This is how resident Mallu spend their Monday and Tuesday. Stopping those who went to work, deflating tires of vehicles, and generally stopping everybody from doing any sort of work. For the non-resident Mallu, work may be worship, but for the resident Mallu, work is avoidable and unnecessary if you hold a government job, belong to a trade union, or hold a political party position. Kerala is God's own country, meaning heaven, and no one should have to work in heaven. Anyone violating this heavenly work culture will be subjected to nokukuli or gawking fee. In other words, a fee for looking at others doing work. A pity that Kerala's labour unions have fallen to such deplorable depths after being established with such noble and principled ambitions. This video is made 100 years almost to the day that Kerala's first trade union was established in Alleppey on March 31, 1922. In the name of Travancore Labour Association, with Dr. M.K. Antony as president and Vadapuram Bava as secretary. And that was just 2 years after India's first trade union, the All India Trade Union Congress, was established with Lala Lajpat Rai as president. Dr. M.K. Antony, a medical doctor educated in London, was working among the coir factory workers in Alleppey, and he knew their problems. That's what got him and Bava to set up the Travancore Labour Association. 100 years later, Kerala's labour unions are extracting nokukuli, or a fee for watching others do their jobs. With work stoppages being the hallmark of Kerala's work culture, either by labour unions or by local residents, project delays are a natural extension. So the Sabari Rail project, sanctioned by the Indian Railways in 1998, completes 25 years, or its silver jubilee next year, without a single kilometer of rail being laid. If you're youthful enough, you can hope to witness its golden jubilee celebrations, on paper of course. Talk of project delays, and the Vizhinjam Port project takes the cake. In 1906, the Malayalam Manorama reported that the project should not be delayed any further. 116 years later, the Adani Group is building it. Kerala's newest fantasy is a roughly 550-kilometer north-south high-speed railway line called K-Rail, costing perhaps more than 1 trillion rupees, and could well be the newest and biggest white elephant of the state. But Keralites should know not to worry, going by the speed of its earlier projects. Economist KP Kannan estimates that if Kerala builds K-Rail at the speed at which it constructed the Kochi Metro, which is 4.1 kilometers of rail every year, this K-Rail project could take 129 years. That's normal in a state where for every project the first 25 years is spent for protests and the next 25 years to discuss the conspiracy theory behind the project. Non-resident Keralites may wonder why anybody should rush at such high speeds to Trivandrum. Well, they do not know how much Kerala's bureaucrats love to make people run around for certificates. When the K-Rail is in place 129 years later, they can make people run around at high speeds for some certificate or the other. Jobless and heartbroken, Kerala's youth are leaving the state in droves these days right after secondary education. The number of Keralites in Canada is swelling so fast that Malayalam is poised to be the fourth language in Canada after English, French and Punjabi. With all those youths gone, it is estimated that by 2025, 20% of Kerala's population would be over 60 years. Likely the oldest society in India. Like many international Keralites, Raj Subramaniam's track record is one of long years of hard work, dedication and determination. 31 years with FedEx, rising from junior analyst to president CEO. In Kerala, we believe in shortcuts, like living off remittances, extracting no kukuli, or plain borrowing in billions. Who is FedEx's competitor? UPS or the United Parcel Service. Who is a Keralite's biggest rival? Another Keralite who does not want to work and will also stop others from working. Express delivery of parcels in Kerala on a strike day? You must be joking. Best wishes, Raj Subramaniam. This video salutes twin sisters Lakshmi and Parvati from Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, whose hearing disability did not stop them from cracking the prestigious Indian Engineering Service examination. A sure sign that Kerala continues to produce people of the caliber of Raj Subramaniam, who can beat all odds with determination. Best wishes to you too, Lakshmi and Parvati.